Postnatal depression affects new dads as well as new mums. 1 in 10 men will be diagnosed with the condition in the first year after becoming a father, but many of the resources and support groups are often targeted at women.
Well, it's led to calls for clinical guidelines to be updated to make sure that men also get screened for the condition. We've been speaking to dads at a boxing gym in Brierley Hill in Dudley. They say they think men should get more support when their children are born. Catherine Walker reports.
So the lowest point was when I was in the car and fully intended on taking my own life.
Oh, and what's this?
With new responsibilities and sleepless nights, becoming a father can be challenging. But for some men like Luke, it can also trigger mental health problems.
I did all of those things. Yes, I changed his nappy and all that and fed him. But I did keep him a little bit at arm's length because I was scared that something horrible would happen to him. And I ended up shouting at my older 2 children over the minorest of things. And you'd be sat in bed that night thinking, why did I do that? And I wouldn't put my finger on that it was because I was upset or because I was depressed.
The latest figures show that 1 in 10 dads will be diagnosed with postnatal depression in the year after their baby is born. But many of the resources used to diagnose and treat the condition, including clinical guidelines, are targeted at women. These dads at the Lions Boxing Club say it's time there was more support for new fathers.
We need something to do with postnatal depression in men. It's such a big thing and there's no help out there. So luckily for Dudley Hub and Dudley CVS helping us run this at the boxing club where dads can talk about being a dad. We'll talk about football, we'll talk about boxing, but we don't talk about the baby giving us up all night or hold it off. It's such a big part of our life, but it's often a part that we never talk about with anyone.
I think it would be a good idea for men to be screened, ask how they feel about helping bring their children up and stuff. Because being on the front line, I've been there with my partner, and the work that has to go into it is incredible.
I think it's quite like a taboo subject, you know, especially for like first-time dads like myself. You know, don't really know what to expect, so I think it can be quite daunting. First fathers and other people as well.
So Dan, tell us about the outreach this morning.
Some help is available through the services of non-profits like Dad Matters. They work with parents and professionals across the country to raise awareness of postpartum depression in men. But manager Kieran says there's only so much they can do without a national strategy.
I think routine screening would really help us to understand more about the bigger picture for dads and also the impact on their partners and their babies. I think one of the biggest issues is that dads feel like it's a woman-only issue, but we really do need to think more about having a whole approach across the country so that a dad who has a child under 2 can access the mental health support they need to be the dad that their baby needs.
My finger. Oh.
Back home with his son, Luke is proof that the right diagnosis and treatment can help dads thrive. He now supports other men with postnatal depression and hopes eventually that all new parents will be screened for the condition. Catherine Walker, ITV News.